Hello, Periscope. Wow, it's been a while since I have been on. Hey, everybody. Oh my gosh. Hi, everybody. Hi, Kristen. Um, I have not been on Periscope for a while, you guys. But hi. But as usual, something happened, and then I wanted to talk about it, so I'm on. Hey, Aubrey. Let me turn this around. Let me turn it around. Hi. Look, I'll show you my new office a little bit, just a little, because it's obviously not clean. Otherwise, I'd show you the whole thing. Is that going to stay? Maybe it'll stay. Hi. Okay. So here's the deal. Right? It's my fancy new wall. I know. I got tired of having everyone look at my bookcase. Hi. Hi, Sean. Um, Hi, Mindy. Hi, everybody. I love that you're all here with me. I miss periscoping. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix this whole camera. Hi, thanks for the hearts. Okay, so here's what happened today. All the fabulous planners. I know everybody's here, right? Thanks, Mindy. So this wall, just as an aside, this wall is just decals. Like I could rip those right off. Hi, Athena. Hi. Oh, thank you so much, Sasha. These are just decals, and my husband and I, first of all, we painted the whole room this bright white, and I love it. And then I made my husband like grid out where they were supposed to go, and he's a good sport, and he did it. And then I put them all on the wall. So yay, my new backdrop. All right, I have a Skype at 8:15, so not that we're going to be on for an hour, but I want to make sure I get to it. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Renee Dalo. I'm a wedding planner in Los Angeles, and I sometimes scope. I used to say I scoped like every day, but that's a lie. It's a big lie. I haven't scoped in a long time. But so one of the new things that's happening for me is that I have a handful of coaching clients. And I was talking to one of them this afternoon, and oh, thank you, Tina. Thank you, Sean. I was talking to one of my coaching clients, and she's brand new. Well, almost brand new, a few months in. And she just was telling me how she feels really stuck. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. She was saying that she feels really stuck. Like it's January. She's feeling unhappy because she thought she'd have so many inquiries, and she's feeling like she's done everything she can and she doesn't know what else to do. Hi. And so we talked about it. I know, right? What's happening, Kristen? In a glass box. Oh, yeah. And so we talked about it, and here's my thing. And I know that those of you who've been following my scopes for a while and who know me, yeah, this January has been different, right? It hasn't been as crazy as last year. I think for me, that's because oh, hey, Ashley, how am I not writing a course? Oh, God, no. No course writing for me. Maybe in a few years. But I love talking, so I'll happily talk to anybody who wants to talk. So yes, I think this January has been different, right? I haven't been as busy as I was last January. For me personally, that's because I raised my prices and I rebranded, and my SEO is a mess, and I'll talk about that for a minute. Yeah, Kristen, exactly. That's how I feel. Like someone had asked me once, like, how do you know when you're ready to start speaking at conferences? And I was like, I don't know. And then someone else had answered by saying, when you're asked. You start doing something when you're asked. And so people were asking, do I coach? And I thought, yeah, because I have things to share, and I've been there, and I've done the things that suck, and I'm happy to share that, right? So it's when people start asking, will you speak at my conference? Will you coach me? Sure. Exactly, Kristen. So we were talking about it, and there's only so much I think you can do from the comfort of your own office. So I know for me, if you've been following me for any amount of time, you'll hear me just constantly scream that I love Skyping, that I Skype all the time. I Skype with my potential clients. I Skype with my actual clients. I have a lot of long distance clients. I'm literally always on Skype, which is why I made the wall behind me pretty. But if you are, actually, this is for anybody. I was going to say if you were in a place of growing your business, but that should be all of us. We should always try to be growing our business. You've got to get out of your house. You've got to leave your house to grow your business. I know it's radical because I've been saying stay at home and Skype, right? But you have to get out and meet people. That's just it. I know I hate pants too. I hate pants, but that's why God created jeggings, right? Hi, Sarah. Here's the thing. There is only so much you can do from behind your computer. And this business is a business of relationships. And as wedding planners, we are expected to know people. Hi, Jessica. We are expected to know the people, all the people. And, and if you don't make the time to get to know people, then your network is never going to grow. And you're always going to be recommending the same 10 people. And sometimes that's great, but you can't grow that way. One new venue a week, one new venue, exactly. And here's the other thing that I want to say is that I feel like networking is a scary word because for those people who are shy, granted, I don't know what that's like, but if you're shy, you think networking is like, oh, this big thing and I have to go to these networking events and I have to hand out my card. And really, you have to ask people to go to coffee with you. That's it. I know it's scary. On a large scale, right? But Mindy, is it scary to just email somebody and say, hey, let's go to coffee? I also challenge you this. Well, Athena, I totally get that. But here's a challenge I gave to myself. I use Gmail for business. And so you can search within Gmail. I don't know if other email programs do it. I'm sure they do. But I searched the phrase, get a coffee, within my own emails that I had sent and received. And 23 emails came up. That means in the course of this year, more or less, I think it was 21 this year, I had said we should get a coffee to 21 people. Did I get coffee with 21 people? No. Did I get coffee with any of them? No. No, because when someone emails me in like August and wants to go, no, not yet, Tina, but I'm going to get there. When someone emails me in August and I'm coming back from Italy and I'm doing this 3-day load-in for a crazy large wedding and they want to get coffee, I'm like, no, I don't want to talk to you at all. I don't care about who you are. I don't know you. Go away. But in January, when I'm working with new clients, I have a bunch of April weddings I'm working on, but I have time for coffee. I definitely have time for coffee. So I went through those 21 emails and I wrote back and said, hey, I know it's been months, in some cases a year, and said, hey, I know we never got that coffee. Do you have any time in the next few weeks to just get like a little coffee? We can meet somewhere in the middle because Los Angeles is huge and no one ever wants to go anywhere. And so we try to meet in the middle. That's right. We got soup. And actually Jessica, Art and Soul, my good friend Jess, had encouraged me to go to coffee with a photographer last week. And we're like, I love her. I'm going to refer her like crazy. Because honestly, our job is so personal with our clients that we should be as personal with our vendors. We really should get to know the people we're referring on a really awesome friend level because that's our job in a way. Amen. It is our job. And then when I went to coffee with this photographer, she was telling me that she was like, I just don't have a lot of friends in the industry. And I was like, well, girl, we got to change that. You got to get friends because guess what? Friends, that's how I get my referrals. I mean, Ruth was asking in Refine the other day about her SEO and how to get out there. Just get yourself out of the house. I know for some of you it's cold where you are and you don't want it's so much comfier just to stay in your office and wrapping a blanket with the heater on. But honestly, like once a week, just make a date, go for lunch, right? Just get out of the house because you can't meet people as much behind the computer. How does one organize referrals, business cards? I have so many business cards. I can't wait to finish my office. Athena, that's great. And you can do Skype dates too. So how do I offer my business cards? So hold on, maybe I'll show you. Ooh. This new office setup is crazy. Wait, hold on. I'm going to show you. So, yeah, Tina, do it. Anyone in LA, go meet Tina. So, I don't like the old-fashioned, like, I know it's so bright, right? The old-fashioned, like, business card thing that used to be on everybody's desk. So I got one of these from Staples or Office Max. It's just a ring. A Rolodex, that's what it's called. I don't like those. It's a ring, and I can carry it in my purse, and then I make a little hole in the thing, and then I just put them on the thing. I'm just going to say the word thing like 90 times. Well, if you have a pink Rolodex, Mindy, then by all means, right? And then you do this, and then if you're really somewhere, I mean, at a blogging conference, I did this, and I wore it on my wrist. I wouldn't do this at a networking event for like wedding professionals, but this was years ago. I was at a blogging conference. So that's what I did. And this was like a $4 investment. This and the hole punch. And then what I personally do, oh, sorry, I touched my mic. What I personally do is, so after I collect a bunch of these, I input them to my aisle planner under the various vendor categories, and I just keep everybody in that database like that. That's actually something I'm going to be outsourcing to an assistant this year because it's a pain in my rear. But yeah, get one of these dudes. Some people use Evernote. Yeah, Mint, and they are oh really? They're searchable? Evernote. I got to get back. I got to get on the technology for that. I just feel like I can't have one more thing. Like I have all these things, right? So this guy. Yes. You know, I like having everybody in aisle planner because then I can just search it when I'm there. You're not a huge Evernote fan. Athena loves Evernote. We fell off. You teach a whole class on Evernote. Athena, I love it. Maybe I'm behind the times with my business card organization. I love aisle planner. Aisle planner is my jam, man. I will say, though, I feel like, I don't know, this year, you guys, my word for the year is intentional. Because I feel like last year I ran around like a lunatic with my chicken with my head cut off all the time. Aisle planner and a pen. Yeah. And is it yours too? Yay. So I feel like for me this year, like my deal is going to be more really meeting people, really getting to know them, like hearing their story. How do they get started in a business? What's their business like ethics? Like what's their deal? What's their mission statement? I want to know. Right? Also, I want to know if we align, because that's the thing. And I'm not really going to be into this year. I mean, of course, I still go to WIPA. I don't think I'm going to be into like running around throwing my business card in everybody's face. Like, I really just want to meet people and really meet them. To that end, I will talk about the Rising Tide Society. So if you live in an area where there's a Rising Tide Society, thanks, Kristen. And if you don't know if you live in an area where there's a Rising Tide, you can go to the website, risingtidesociety.com, and you can look up locations. And there are a ton of, how are you doing? Exactly. Sean, I'm a group leader too. What? Rising Tide is, I think it's great. I think it's really the way we all should be moving into a more authentic and real experience and getting to know these people in our industry. I'm the group leader for the Downtown Los Angeles group. Jessica is the West LA group. Yeah, Sean, your group must have so much fun. What I love about the Rising Tide meetings, at least so far, is that we've had about 12 to 15 people in each one. They're still really intimate. You still get to talk to everybody. You really get to know people. And, you know, since I'm in charge of it, I just flat out call people like, hey, tell me your story. Like, I just make people talk because the way I see it is like, you've put on real pants, right? You've traveled, you come in, you're kind of nervous maybe. And, you know, you're here to meet people. So let's do it. Let's take that extra real pants. I know, real pants. Let's take that extra minute to, no sitting silent. Right. Because I'm me, right, Sarah? And I force people to interact. But that's why I'm the leader. But anyway, so I feel like this January and for the foreseeable next couple of months, because, you know, I had one wedding in January. I have one wedding in February. I have one in March so far. So I'm planning a bunch of April weddings and a bunch of weddings later in the year. But for now, I have some wiggle room. I want to, Kristen, I really want to, but I have to wait. I really want to go. And actually, Sarah and I were just talking. I have like serious FOMO if I don't get to go, but I can't buy my ticket quite yet. I know. I wanted to like swoop it up day one. I know I want to meet you in person too. And also, shout out to Kristen, who's like putting herself out there like, whoa, Kristen, I'm so crazy impressed with you and so proud of you because you're doing Savvy Business Owner, and then you're doing wedding creative sessions. I'm probably getting all the names wrong. And then you're doing Inspired Retreat, which is like, bam. I wanted to go to Inspired Retreat, but my May is crazy. And I've got a bunch of weddings and we're going to Alaska. I didn't expect for all that to happen. Well, it's like you're everywhere. I love it. You're putting yourself out there and it's amazing and I'm so impressed with you. So yay for Kristen. Right? Kristen is thebomb.com. And also I love, Kristen, that you have like a real authentic platform that is important to you. And you're not just like coming up with a topic, you know. 80% for Engage. I just have to figure out my workshops this year, you guys. I don't know. This trip to Alaska is a huge trip that my husband and I are taking, and it's pricey. So I got to figure out the rest of my life around it. Oh, my last thing I wanted to talk about is this. when you're planning these coffee dates, and ideally, for me at least, I'm going to focus on new people. I went through my referral list from last year, which is a list I keep of which weddings I book and who referred them to me. And some people got gifts in the middle of the year. Like if someone referred me a giant wedding, they got a bottle of champagne right away. Other people, when I looked at my list, I was like, oh God, the whole year went by and I never sent Tracy a gift for referring me those 3 coordinations. So guess what? I'm taking her to lunch, right? Because everyone needs to feel special. And if someone has done something awesome for you, sometimes sending a gift is great, but other times like the personal connection probably means a little bit more than just the gift. Although I wouldn't turn down a Kate Spade purse, let's be honest. That's a joke. That's a joke. So my other category is like people who I need to thank. Like I call them, to myself, I call them gratitude lunches. So it's like, I'd love to take you to lunch to thank you for everything you did for me last year. And then you really get to chat about those things that were referred to you or about where they are. Because sometimes people refer me business and I'm like, why am I getting all these referrals? Like, what's up with them? And then I realize months later, oh, they were pregnant. They were having a baby. It's hard at 2 months, so Supreme Gifts go out tomorrow. Yeah. You've had a hard 2 months. Yeah, you have, hon. How's your new car, Athena? Is it good? Oh. I'm going to try. I'm going to come up with things to talk about every day. Probably not every day, but more often I will be. And then the other thing I want to say is, listen, go to venue open houses, go to catering hall tastings, go to everything. Go to the opening of an envelope. Get out of the house. Last week, Jessica and I, who I think is still on here, we went to a tasting at this catering company, Little Nelly. And, oh, good, you finally released from the doctor. I love it. So Jessica and I went to this tasting as planners because we can do that with, oh, hey, Jess, with no clients, just ourselves. Because we were like, well, let's see what this catering company's up to. Jessica actually invited me to this. So I was like, yeah, I'll go. Because, like, again, get out of the house, right? And we sat at a communal table, Jessica and I across from each other. And at the end of the table was a bride and groom and her parents. Now, of course, because I can't not talk to people, by the end, we were like chatting about her wedding. We were like giving her free advice. She asked for our cards at the end. Go to things, talk to people, give of yourself freely, and then maybe something will come of it. I don't know. You know, I don't know if that girl's ever going to email me, but who cares? Boom. Exactly. We were there. We were eating. We were loving it. It was gorgeous. The food was amazing. So what are we going to do? Not talk? Talk to the people. Yes, it's a great experience, even if it doesn't lead to anything. Still, it's like we presented ourselves as experts, which we are, and we presented our personalities. You know, we were exactly who we are, and that's it. And it was great. And now I just signed a client for a June wedding, and I'm hopefully going to use that caterer because I think it's a good match. But 3 weeks ago, I never would have known. They did. They enjoyed that. They enjoyed that tasting a lot. So it's like, you just have to get yourself out there because really our job is to know as much as possible. And you can't know as much as possible sitting behind your computer. As much as I'd love to. As much as I would love to never put on real pants and just Skype until I die, you got to leave the house. That's just the truth, you guys. That's the truth, Ruth. Leave the house. So in summary, leave the house. Schedule coffee dates with vendors that you've promised coffee to. Yes, I do have the pretty wall now. I'll probably be Skyping less, even with the pretty wall. Interactions are the best thing. It's just the way to go. Join the Rising Tide. Join other networking groups. If you haven't been to a WIPA meeting, if you haven't never been to an ABC, if you've never been to a NACE meeting, go. Just go to one. Aubrey, let's do it. You're in Temecula, right? I have to go out to Temecula in a few weeks. Maybe like a month. But if you join it, live it. That's true. That's true. But, I wouldn't say overjoin. Don't overcommit yourself. But, you're in Azusa. Okay, yeah, we'll make it happen, Aubrey, for sure. But get yourself out there. Just do it. I know it's scary. Bring a friend if it's really scary. You know what I mean? Like, one of the best parts of this whole last year has been just making friends with other wedding professionals, other wedding planners. Too many people. That's true. The community over competition hashtag, but also mantra, is from Rising Tide Society. And yeah, I agree. I actually don't use that hashtag. I probably should use that hashtag. But a lot of people have the hashtag and don't really believe in the spirit of it. But hopefully most people do that use it. And I feel like the people who don't, you know those people pretty quickly. You know the people who come into a Facebook group and only take, and never give, right? Hi, Casey Floral Designs. Oh, I think, that's adorable. I would love you. Anytime anyone gives me chocolate, I'm in. So yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to talk about tonight is just get out of the house, ladies. If anyone has anything else they want to talk about, any questions, I'll take. I do love our planner community. I am so thankful for Allison for starting this little refined group, which has now blossomed into all of these other awesome groups, Wedding Business Bosses, and we've got Amanda's group, The Mindful Hustle. We've got so many awesome groups now. It has been amazing. It's really changed my business this year because I have people I can talk to about things. It's not just my husband. I have to explain the whole story, and then you need to find these groups. You do, but you know what, honey? Refine is only for planners, but Wedding Business Bosses and The Mindful Hustle are both. You can join those, and I will. I'll message them to you. Yeah, I know. Me too. I finally have online friends that I love, and also, entrepreneurship is lonely, and I think most of 2014 I was lonely. I will, Sarah. And I know it's weird to be non-lonely when you're with your online friends, but it's true. It does make the world much smaller. And then when savvy business owners, when the speakers went up, I was like, oh my God, I know Ileana, I know Kristen, I know Raina, I know Annette. I was like, oh my God, I know all these people. And I really want to go. So we'll see. Mindful Hustle. Thank you, Athena, for putting those up. Those are the 2 Facebook groups, guys. You can just search them in the search tab and they should come up. But yeah, I'll message them to the folks I said I'd message to. My husband thinks... Can I tell you that one of my closest friends, I met at the Refine Workshop, at Allison's Refine Workshop in San Diego, and she used to live in Arizona, and now she's in Charleston, and I talk about Lindsay like she lives next door, and so my husband's so used to it now. But yeah, for a while he's like, Lindsay who? And I was like, Lindsay, my planner friend, Lindsay. I feel like Lindsay lives next door, even though she's in Charleston. I love it. Jackie, what part of Connecticut are you in? Because my dad lives in Connecticut. That's me here. Oh. Well, Sarah, we were roommates at OSI, so. Oh. Bloomfield, Connecticut. I don't know. My dad lives in Greenwich. I know he's basically in New York at this point, because Greenwich is barely Connecticut. But I'm going to be in Connecticut in a few weeks for his birthday, which is a surprise, but he doesn't even know what Periscope is, so there's no harm in me talking about it. I'm also going to be in New York City to scout a venue for a 2017 wedding. That's where the money is. I'll be in Vermont in a few weeks, kind of close. Woo, woo! Vermont. I love Vermont. I miss the East Coast so much, although I hope it does not snow when I am there because I don't want to drive in the snow. It makes me nervous. Yeah, I'm doing a same-sex wedding. Small, really small. 30 people, I think, total. And we're looking for restaurant venues, so I get to go to a lot of restaurants. And I know. See, here's the thing. I'm actually jealous of the snow, and then I just get annoyed with it. Day 1, I'm like, oh, it's snow, and day 2, I'm like, get me home to California. You have your first same-sex wedding in April? That's amazing. I guess this will be my 5th, or maybe by then probably more, but 5th so far that I've booked. Same-sex wedding. Check out the restaurant that they had near your Tassels. Ooh, I gotta look it up. I'm going to the Tassels and Tastemakers party in March. I'll see you there. I'm gonna write it down. Tassels, New York City. I'll look it up. Great. All right, kids. I got to go because Tennessee finally legal here. Oh, right. Kristen, I just met somebody yesterday who knows you. Jessica from the Budget Savvy Bride. I met her yesterday, and she was like, I know Kristen Kaplan. I was like, I know Kristen Kaplan too, but then I was like, but online. And she knows you in person. Oh, that was my other point that I wanted to bring up. Co-work, you guys. Get out of your house and go co-work. Yeah, so yesterday I co-worked with Jessica from Budget Savvy and Mindy from Budget Fairy Tale. They just said hey, we're going to co-work today. Do you want to come join us? And I was like, you know what? I do. I want to put on real pants, get out of the house. And I was so productive because we were able to chat, but then we all were very respectful that we were still working. And it was great. And I will say this, if you have anyone in your life who's another creative or an entrepreneur who works from home, just every so often, yeah, just work. Just say, hey, who wants to come over and co-work? And, you know, we had like hummus and chips and a little bit of wine, not going to lie. But we co-worked together and it was a really good afternoon. And I hope to do it again. I hope to have people over my house to co-work. Because every so often you just need to like shake up the routine. You need to get, right? Jessica, yeah. Although you can bring your baby to my house, that's fine. She'll like the dogs, for sure. But yeah, co-work. Co-work, get out of your house, put on real pants, join the Rising Tide Society, take vendors that you owe gratitude to out for lunch, invite new vendors out for coffee, get out of your house. I have Wi-Fi in my office. Nice, see? Cookies and cake and co-working. Athena, if I lived in your neighborhood, I would be there like right now. I'd just run over, be like, you've got cake? I'm motivated by chocolate. It's true. It's really true. All right, lovelies. I have to go because I have a Skype and I have to look at my notes. It's a consult. I love you too, Athena. I love you. And I'm so glad that you're on the mend and I'm glad that you love your car. And I'm glad that things are turning around for you because you deserve it. You deserve all the good things as well as the 10 of you that are also on this Periscope. Oh, night, Sarah. Yes, Aubrey, please email me. We'll set up coffee for sure. All right, lovelies. I'm going to try to book that job, yo. It's a July wedding. Keep your fingers crossed for me. All right. I love you guys. Mwah, mwah. Good night.